I thought it would be interesting, well, it's interesting to me, maybe it won't be interesting to you, to talk about something that I did these last couple months called Candlelight Processional. If you don't know what the Candlelight Processional is, it is about a month and a half long thing that goes on at EPCOT every holiday season. And basically, EPCOT brings in celebrity narrators to tell the Christmas story. And there's like a 50-piece orchestra. They bring in all kinds of like high school and college and like youth choirs. There's like 400 people on the stage, and they also have a cast choir that cast members are eligible to audition for, and I did. So I thought it would be a good thing to tell you guys a little bit about Candlelight Processional, how it works, what happens, the cool things that you get to do, because I really haven't seen any kind of videos about this on the internet. I thought it might be good to inform you a little bit. So we'll start at the very beginning, which is always a very good place to start. So auditions. I received an email, and it's also on the hub, I think, when you have hub access, about auditions for Candlelight Processional around the middle of July. The auditions took place at the end of July, beginning of August, so that is one thing that is kind of crappy if you are a fall program. Unfortunately, you come in too late to do the auditions, so the only program that is eligible to audition for the auditions, that makes sense, to do the auditions is Fall Advantage, because you are actually here for the time period that the auditions happen. So you go online, you sign up for a time slot. When that day comes, you go to the Animal Kingdom rehearsal facility, and they have everyone sit in one big room. We all do vocal warm-ups together, which is really nice. It gives you a chance to like meet people and talk to them, and you don't feel nervous right away. You know, you're all kind of doing things as a group, which is really nice. And then they bring you back one by one. You can pick one of 4 songs. I picked "O Come All Ye Faithful." They're all songs that are showcased in the Candlelight Processional. And you sing your song for one of the Voices of Liberty members. They are the ones who do the auditions. It's not as nerve-wracking as it sounds. They're very, very nice, very helpful. If you get nervous or mess up, they let you start over. It's really, really chill. So you sing your song, that's it. They say we'll let you know in 2 to 3 weeks, and you go home. So I received my email toward the middle of August that I was accepted, and then came time to sign up for rehearsals. So to be in the Candlelight Processional shows, you have to attend a minimum of 10 rehearsals. I think if you've done it before, you only have to go to like 8 or something like that, but I obviously had never done it before, so I had to go to 10 rehearsals, and the rehearsals are spread out from September to November, so there's lots of time to get those out of the way. If you know that you work on a certain day, then you probably don't want to sign up for those days. For example, I hardly ever work on Mondays and Wednesdays, so those are all the days that I picked for my rehearsals. So during the rehearsal sign-up process, each voice part is given a time to sign up for the rehearsals, and they're all on the hub. You just go on, you select the ones that you want, easy as that. When the day comes for your first rehearsal, you just go. You don't have to bring anything. They provide the music in books for you. You can print it out if you'd like to practice. And that is one thing that is very, very important, is you must practice at your house, because they do not do a lot of practicing at the rehearsals. The rehearsals are mainly to just run through the music, to run through, make sure everyone knows what's going on, but you need to know your part when you go to those rehearsals, because they don't stop, they don't run each part individually, they just sing the songs through a couple times, and that's about it. So you gotta know your part. So the show started at the end of November. I believe it was the day after Thanksgiving, and you could sign up for 4 shows in the very beginning. It later jumped to 10, but for the beginning you could sign up for 4 shows. You were able to preference one show, which was the show that you, by all means, needed to perform in. So, you know, if you really wanted to perform on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, you would pick one of those shows. If you really wanted a specific narrator, like a lot of people wanted to perform with Neil Patrick Harris, which would be amazing. I wish I could have. You would sign up for one of his shows. The show I preferenced was a show on my dad's birthday. My family came down to watch me perform, and it was with Whoopi Goldberg, so that was very, very cool. Sharing the stage with her, it was a really great experience. So you get to preference one show, and then you can pick 3 other shows. And the way that the show signups work are there are 3 shows each night. There's a 5 o'clock show, a 6:45 show, and an 8:15 show. The 5 o'clock show is by itself, and the 6:45 and 8:15 are together. So you either sign up for the early show or the late pair of shows. And when it comes to the night of your first show, you have call time an hour before your show starts. So if your show is at 5, you would go there at 4. If your show is at 6:45, you would show up at 5:45. And the costume for the shows is very, very simple. You don't have to deal with too much. You wear a white shirt, black pants, or a black longer skirt if you would like, black socks, black shoes, closed-toed shoes, and then they provide you a green robe, a green little dicky thing, and a green sparkly collar. So you get your costume on, you hang around for a while, and then about a half hour before showtime, they start lining us up and putting us into our formation. And the formation of the cast members is a Christmas tree. So they kind of pull people from each side to fit them into the Christmas tree. And then all you do is you just walk out to the stage. It's at the American Garden Theater in EPCOT in America, in World Showcase. And you go backstage, get your candles, go on stage, and start singing. All in all, the Candlelight Processional is a really, really cool experience. So many great narrators. I wish I could have had a chance to sing with more of them. I ended up singing with Whoopi Goldberg and Cheetah Rivera and Stephen Curtis Chapman, and each one individually was just such a wonderful experience because Whoopi, you know, it's Whoopi Goldberg. Like, she's such a powerful actor, and, you know, her telling of the story was so strong and so wonderful. And then Cheetah Rivera, you know, she's the Broadway star, and she was very, you know, her telling was very animated, and, you know, she would turn around and clap for us and say, oh, you're doing a wonderful job. And Stephen Curtis Chapman, he has always been one of my favorite Christian artists, and hearing him retell the Christmas story was amazing because he put so much power into it, and he put so much heart into it, and all three of them were really, really cool experiences, and I'm so, so happy that I got to perform with each of them. You don't get paid for doing Candlelight Processional, unfortunately, but one thing that is cool that they do is they give you a complimentary one-day park hopper pass for each show that you do. And you can sign up for 10 shows. You know, you can go standby, which is basically going to the show ahead of time, putting your name on a list, and hoping that they pick you to be in the show as many times as you want. I unfortunately didn't get to do standby at all because for half of the shows I had bronchitis, so I wasn't feeling well and I wasn't wanting to sing. And then by the time I was healthy again, I was working too much and I didn't have the days off to go do standby. But I heard of like one lady who I think sang in like 30 shows, and you can get up to 25 complimentary one-day park hopper passes, which is a really, really cool thing that they give you. And they also give you a little certificate and a little complimentary pin that says Candlelight Processional 2014. So those are kind of like the things that they give you in place of payment. But really, you're sharing a stage with like crazy celebrities. Like, you don't need to be paid. It's just a cool thing in and of itself. So I think that's everything. I'm sure I probably missed stuff. But that's the basic outline of how everything happened. Like I said, I keep saying, it was an amazing experience. I'm so happy that I was able to audition for it and perform in the shows and perform at Disney World. I mean, that's been my dream forever, you know, since I started coming to Disney, was to one day perform on a Disney stage. And, you know, obviously I wasn't the lead in the show, but I, you know, was singing on a Disney stage, which was so, so cool. And, you know, getting to meet other cast members who enjoy singing, kind of talking to the Voices of Liberty people a little bit was really cool. And we didn't get to meet the celebrity narrators, but even just, you know, standing 10 feet from them and having them turn around and applaud your singing. When Cheetah Rivera turns around and applauds your singing, it's like mind blown. So ultimately, I'm really, really happy that I did it, and I would highly suggest, if you are in Fall Advantage, that you try out for it. If you have any love of singing at all, I highly, highly recommend that you at least audition for it, because, you know, they pretty much take, as long as you can hold a tune and you can blend with people, you're in. And it really, really is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. So I highly recommend that you audition for it if you are Fall Advantage in the future. So I think that's everything. If you have any questions, just leave them down below. I will be happy to answer them, and I think that is it for this video. Alright, I will talk to you in my next one.